Hey, what's going on, CoinApp TV subscribers? Robert Welkin here. In this video, I want to do a review of the movie The Sword of Swords, 1968 Shaw Brothers classic, which I watched recently on Blu-ray from the Shout Factory collection. I'll talk about the disc shortly, and I'll give my letter grade at the end of this video. This video will contain some spoilers, so you've been warned if you haven't seen this movie. So let's talk about The Sword of Swords. This movie stars Jimmy Wang Yu, Xu Pei, and Tien Feng. Let's get to the IMDb synopsis first, and then I'll get to my notes second. So IMDb says Jimmy Wang Yu had just exploded into superstardom as the one-armed swordsman, which I reviewed on this channel. You can check that out. When he teamed with legendary choreographer La Carlung and Tang Chi for this exciting tale of master martial artists vying for a weapon of exceptional brilliance. That kind of sums things up pretty well, I would say. Here's what I kind of have in my notes. There's apparently this old legendary sword which appears to have magic abilities that everybody is after. It's the MacGuffin of the story. A turncoat named Fang, played by Tien Feng, hopes that when the old master dies, the sword will pass on to him, but it actually goes to Wang Yu instead. There's a lot of intrigue and mystery and villainous activity. A lot of conspiring by the villains in this movie to get their hands on the sword. And Jimmy Wang Yu, plays a very reluctant martial arts expert hero who for the first half of the movie is really just kind of chill. You know, he doesn't really step up to the plate as he should early on, and things come back to bite him and haunt him. Let me see what else I have. I wrote that there was a nice sword fight duel in the middle of the movie with lots of close-up handheld work. We actually get to see a little cameo by La Carlung in this scene early on, but then later on we get some really extended and great fight scenes. I think there's 3 fight scenes with Jimmy Wang Yu and Tien Feng. So, and all of those are really outstanding. They really amped up the movie with the drama, the suspense. The middle section is pretty violent. The bad guys kidnapping, torturing, killing most of Wang Yu's family. It's brutal, it's bloody, it's not for the faint of heart. There's some extended fight scenes, again, like I mentioned, with Wang Yu and Tien Feng, when it's snowing, that is brutal and has some surprising twists. And here comes the spoilers. You've been warned again. So Wang Yu actually loses his eyesight and has to train and enhance his hearing, essentially turning him into a wushu version of Daredevil. It's the only complaint here is the sound design was lacking. There should have been some creative sound design choices and some special effects, some sound effects in here that I felt was sort of lacking. You know, I should have been able to hear the rain, hear turn down the monotone of the ambient sound and raise the sound of some of the specific things that he was tuning into. So lacking in that department. If I was to make this movie now, that definitely, or me or somebody else, I feel like that's something they would have drawn upon, was digging deep into the sound effects, you know, getting that thumping sound, that heartbeat sound, you know, a la like the Daredevil TV series on Netflix. But the end finale is epic, all out bloody fight and finale. There's a little bit of a gripe I wrote down here in my notes, that midway through the movie they introduced these archers in the movie that are going to help the bad guys. I guess they're hired guns or something like that. And there's like this scene where he's throwing up some coins, and the archers are shooting these coins with like perfect accuracy up in the air, on the floor, against the wall. And then you see them in the movie fighting Wang Yu, and there's one shot basically where they shoot their arrows at him and they go around his body, or he avoids them or something. It's a little unclear how he escapes that, not getting, you know, killed by all these arrows. And then that's sort of it. Then they're just back to like running up with swords and attacking him, and they're not using the bow and arrows to fight from a distance, especially when homeboy is blind. You would think using arrows against a blind person would be, you know, the way to go to kill him. But, you know, these are conceits we have to do for the movie to make it all fall into place. Another sort of thing that I wrote down is they talk about this character Yellow Robe. You know, we're gonna deliver the sword to Yellow Robe. We got to meet up with Yellow Robe, another martial arts master or something, and we never get to see Yellow Robe. I was like, wait a second, will you leave me hanging? Is there a sequel? Does anybody know out there? Is there a Yellow Robe sequel? Who is Yellow Robe? I need to know more about who Yellow Robe is, why he deserves the sword and Jimmy Wang Yu doesn't. That was something that I was just like, okay, this is leaving me hanging. So let me get to my letter grade. I'm gonna give this a B minus. Highly entertaining, brutal though, not for everybody. A lot of action. Some of the stuff in the middle there gets a little strange to watch. It's like kidnap the wife, kidnap her twice, I guess, kind of beat her up a little bit, Wang Yu's wife, and then the side villain guy is trying to get her to fall in love with him. So he's like, you know what, we'll kill Wang Yu and then we'll show the body and then she'll, you know, turn over and love me. That was some messy drama writing there. But let's talk about the Blu-ray here. Of course, I didn't know these come on individual discs, so that's nice. Whoops, I got the Killer Dart in my player. That's why it's missing there. So great transfer. Everything looked nice. We have 2 commentaries. So I watched this movie 3 times, once all the way through with subtitles, then twice with the different commentaries. Let's see, does it have the commentaries on here? So Sword of Swords commentary, James Mooj, and it doesn't have the second one listed on here. There's 2 commentaries, but it only has 1 listed on here. That's a problem with these. They printed these up and then they actually added other commentaries on here, and I forget the name of the other person that does the commentary. So sorry, maybe I'll put that in the description below. But anyway, fine movie, grade B minus. If you've seen this, let me know in the comments below. Thanks a bunch for watching. For Coin Up TV, we will see you next time.